My maternal grandparents were born in 1910 in Wormgate. They met whilst my grandma was a tobacconist assistant in a shop in Wormgate and married in 1929 at their local church, St Denis's in York. My paternal grandparents moved into the brand new council house on Tanghall Lane in 1929. My maternal grandparents didn't get a house of their own until 1937, when they moved to number 7 Duke of York Street, which was just off Laythorpe. My grandfather fought in Holland and Belgium during the Second World War, leaving his wife to look after their 7 children. Life was hard for my grandma as there was no electricity to the house and she relied on using the coke from the local gas company to heat their property. There was also an outside toilet to the house. My mum was born in 1946. My father had been born in 1941. My dad was an extremely poorly child, having been born with a cleft lip and palate. His father had to give up his right to a railway house so that they could afford to pay for his health care, because the NHS was not in effect until 1948. My mum's family moved from their house in 1960 as the house was going to be demolished, and they then went to live in Tanghall Lane, which is where she met my dad. On my dad's 19th birthday, he decided to ask my mum out, and they eventually got married in 1966 and had 3 children, with myself being the youngest, born in 1972. I would visit my grandparents on a weekly basis. Firstly, we would always go to visit my dad's mum, and we never got on very well. So eventually I decided that I was going to do a sit-in protest in the car and refused to come out. After this, I wasn't made to go and visit my dad's mum anymore, and I went to visit my mum's parents instead. This went on until my grandparents unfortunately died in the 1980s. In 1990, I started work for the gas company in Laythorpe, and in 1995 I married my husband, who I'd also met through the gas company. I eventually went to work with the gas company in Leeds and retired in 2016. From 2016, I've been able to re-establish my relationship with Tanghall again, having started a Keep Fit exercise, and I now walk around Tanghall on a daily basis, viewing for myself the true beauty of Tanghall and the community around me.